It's very important topic. Let's start chapter 12. So now from chapter 12 to 15 you are going to implement all the things what we have learned from chapter 1 to 11, right? So what is mind mapping and how you are going to use the mind mapping, how you are going to like make the things easier in your life, though you are like whether you are preparing for the examinations, whether you are preparing for the college assignments, or you are working in a company, or you are an employee, or you are a leader if you are a leader, or you are a CEO or the company executive officer, or you are a in the marketing field, or you are a doctor, or if you want to become a doctor, or if you are a lawyer, whoever it may be. So if you implement this type of strategies, you make it very crystal clear what you want in your life and how you achieve in your life. So now let's move, right? What is mind mapping actually? Mind mapping is making the things easier. Like we are finding a easier routes to reach our goal. As I said, you have to be smart in framing your goals. You have to know what types of goals you are framing, how you are framing, when you are framing, what you want in your life. Like these all things, you know, all the things you have learned in the previous chapters. So now you are going to learn what is mind mapping. Mind mapping is making a complex thing into a simple thing, we can say like this. Or mind mapping is framing the steps to achieve the success, or mind mapping is planning in a proper way, an exact way, what to do, when to do, how to do, right? These are the techniques like mind mapping helps us, and this is where we can say the time management we can use in the time management, or we can use in the framing the schedule to achieve something. If you are writing an examination, right, so what you have to do, if you are going to write an examination, if you are a school student or if you are a college student, you are aiming to score some percentage, right? You are keeping one goal, this much percentage I want, after completing this I want to do that. So how you are keeping goal? After keeping the goal, can we achieve it? No, we have to implement our if we face difficulties, we have to use the strategies, we have to use the techniques where we can make it simple, where we can make complex into the simple things. So mind mapping works in each and every area. There is no sector where mind mapping never works. Mind mapping works all over the sectors in the world. There is no place where we can't note as here mind mapping is not working. With knowing or unknowing, the mind mapping is everywhere. Suppose you go for your own syllabus, if you are studying, if you are a student, you see what they are doing. Yeah, they are framing syllabus first, they are collecting lots of information first, they are making a subject name. The main idea is subject name, main idea, and they are dividing it to the branches, nothing but what types of lessons we have to keep. They are keeping the sub branches in lesson, what are how many exercises we can keep, and they are going to core enhancing, how much knowledge we can share in that particular branch, sub branch, and structure enhancing, in that knowledge how to structure it to make it clear for the students to understand the topic. So if one topic, it's just one book, is structured in such a way, if we structure our life in this way, how easy it becomes, right? This is where you use the mind mapping. The main idea is very important. If you are an employee, what they do, they won't select you directly, they select you with the what type of employment you are having, and what are the job roles you are having, and how you are implementing your work, and how you are increasing or performing in your work. This is where the main idea is divided into different parts. If you are a company owner, what is your main idea? What are the services you are providing, to whom you are providing, how you are providing, and how much quality you are providing. This is the simple way, everywhere is used, but the main thing is they never identify that it is a mind management, right? A mind mapping. So now let's go how to implement the mind mapping in a effective way, and what are the things we should keep in our mind to use the mind mapping. While implementing a mind mapping, what are the things we can use? Once again I am saying, how much you can understand it, try to understand it. If there are 10 points here, if you are feeling it is complex, lots of things to understand, implement, make it short. What are the things? Go with the 3 or 4 things. Later on you develop it yourself, right? The first thing is information structuring. If you want to score good marks in your class, you have to start structuring information. What type of information you have to structure? You can take what are the subjects you are having, in which subject you are having good knowledge, or in which subject you can score good marks, and which are the subjects you have to score good marks, and how to score good marks, what are the topics you have to read. This is nothing but information structuring. And productive enhancement. Productive enhancement means if you want to score good marks in your examinations, you are making branches, subjects, sub branches, in which subject you are spending more time. Core enhancing, you are learning the concepts. Structure enhancing, you are making information and you are making the structure. Productive enhancement. Productivity enhancement means while studying, how you are implementing your time in a productive way, how you are increasing your time, what type of learning methodologies you are implementing, what type of techniques you are using to learn the things, and how productive you are using it, how much time you are using it, when you concentrate in the morning or evening or the afternoon. You are trying to see the productivity hour of your day. And creative enhancement. Creativity enhancements you are going to learn in the next chapters. Very excellent concept, creativity enhancement. Normally creativity comes with the lots of knowledge, and analyzing and implementing. This is very important. Creativity never comes very easy, so it takes time, it takes lots of learning, knowledge, lots of implementing the our wisdom, and thinking in a different way of one concept. This is nothing but creativity. And memory and recall improvements. So you have to use the techniques, memory and recall improvements. If you are preparing for examinations, you have to revise the things what you have learned. That is nothing but you are enhancing your memory, you are recalling your memory, you are making it to store in your brain for a long time. And mind mapping we can use in the workplace, and we can use in the school and colleges. I am giving the examples of school and colleges only for the students to prepare for the examinations. At the workplace or the entrepreneur, or you are having a small business, or you are having your own office, you can implement mind mapping there also. So now at workplace you are having different types of tasks. What you do normally, you take a paper, what are the week goals, what are the jobs you have to assign to your employees, what are the duties you have to assign to your employees, and what you want to achieve in this 1 month. Everything you are doing it normally, you have to do it with effectively. And mind mapping you can use in the speeches also, while preparing your speeches or the presentations. If you are an employee, whenever you go for the presentations, you can use the mind mapping in effective way. Whereas how you are going to start your speech or presentation, how you are framing your introduction, how you are framing your main body, how you are framing your conclusion, what are the things you are using to impress the audience, to attract the audience. So this is where the mind mapping, you may map it in a proper way, you frame it in a proper way to deliver it in a successful way. And next, 4 learning principles. Just now we learned in the previous chapter. You are going to use these 4 learning principles. And smart goals, already you learned it. You are going to analyze smart goals also. Time management, that is what the first chapter we had. You are going to use all these techniques, and you are going to learn the mind management properly. Now let's go to the mind mapping, an insight. What is an insight normally? Framing it, or making a branches, sub branches, and planning it's not enough for the mind mapping. You have to know what is mind mapping. Mind mapping is nothing but simplified and divided diagram used in visually organized information. What are the complex things we are having, our goals, or what you want to achieve? You are making it as a simple. The complex things we are making it a simple or clear path for your destination, I can say. So what you are doing here is you are making a visual perception, visualization of your path. After making a main idea, you are making a different paths, branches, sub branches. You are organizing everything, you are structuring everything, you are enhancing the core information. So after doing this, what you have to do, you have to visualize it. So visualization is having a lots of power. I can say one example. So whenever you see some people in our life, we feel as we already seen them, or we feel that we know them. So how we feel them, how we feel it, normally that is a visualization what we had. We might have seen them somewhere in our life, some part of time in our life, some part of place in our life. the same person once again he came in front of us, and our brain already recognized the picture of the person, and we are thinking that he is known to us. This is where the part of visualization. Just now one example also I gave, like marker. If I say marker, if without showing marker also, you can imagine the marker. Laptop, without saying also, if you seen the laptop, you can imagine it. If you are not seen, how can you imagine it, right? So visualization is very important. If you visualize it, you can create the visual perception. So visualization, how visualization will create a visual perception is very, perception is what? Our own way of thinking, our own ideas, allow our part of information about anything, right? So if I ask you about cricket, or if I ask you about India, what do you say? What you know, that you say, right? That is your perception, you are creating it. So same way, visual perception also created with the visualization. So once you start making a mind mapping, you have to visualize it. You have to visualize each and everything. You have to see the ideas into the action part. You have to imagine that you already the idea what you made it. You have to imagine that you are putting it into the action. You have to imagine that you are going already reached half the path of the main idea. You have to imagine that you reach the destination. That is where you make your brain to act in towards the success. You make your brain subconsciously, you are making your conscious mind to work towards you. This is how the subconscious mind activates, by affirmations, by thinking repeated ideas, by visualizing repeated sequences of our goal. We make our subconscious mind active, and when we make subconscious mind active, we make a conscious mind into the action. And next thing is, while reading also, like focus on the visualization. If you can't remember any answer, you have to remember those answers in the visualization. So this is everything about the mind mapping. It's a very big like topic. I made it very simple, and I try to explain you, and try to take one piece of paper, try to write your main idea, what you want now, right now. You can't waste the time. If the time gone, you can't bring it back, right? Right now, after, while seeing itself this video, you take one piece of paper, write your main idea, create your sub branches. Main idea maybe if you are a student, your goals of scoring the marks. If you are a college student, or what are the goals you are having, or if you are an employee, what you want to be after 5 years or 4 years or 3 years, or if you are a businessman, what you want to achieve in the next few months. So you write that, you create a sub branches. After writing, how you are going to what are the things you need to do to reach there, core enhancement. To do that, what actions I have to take? You are writing an idea, you have to reach there, but if you are not taking an actions, it makes it's just an idea to remain idea only, right? It won't become into the action, it won't become a story of a successful person. So you have to take the piece of paper and write down now itself what are the goals you are having, what are the things you have to achieve. Visualize it as you are reaching there. Visualize it, make a visual perception. Whenever you start into action, you make a visual perception, and you put your total attention towards there. This is what the mind mapping and insight. You have to swim into the idea, right? So this is where we are going to end chapter 12. Let's go to the chapter 13. Very interesting, how you are going to make core ideas into the subparts. This all the next coming chapters are very important. You are making it a learning experience, very beautiful, very actionable, very achievable, and you are going to do it.